Initiating cringy YouTube intro in 3, 2, 1. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Dragonheart, the Prince of Wits, coming at you live through the power of the internet. Quite disappointed in myself for that introduction, to be honest with you. But anyway, thank you, all of you, for tuning into this video. I want to make this video for a couple of reasons. I want to get back into streaming. Back in 2015, I started streaming on Twitch for a few months, and then I switched over to YouTube. And over the past 5 years, I've built up quite a strong, close-knit community, which I've been really happy to be a part of and share with all people. Some of the people that I've been interacting with in these communities and streams and stuff even came to my wedding last year, so it's been really heartfelt for me personally. But lately, with YouTube streaming, I've kind of got back into it recently. I've done a few Bannerlord streams, a couple of Crusader Kings streams, and some Total War stuff, even months gone by. And I just feel like YouTube is kind of a dead platform for streamers at the moment. So I'm going to go into my YouTube and streaming story a little bit in this video. But for those of you that don't want to watch the whole thing and stuff, which I get because, you know, we all got time and things to do and stuff, and many people probably don't want to hear what I want to say. So I'm just going to leave it to this, basically, that I'm going to be streaming on Twitch from now on. My Twitch channel link is in the description below if you are interested at all in going over to check out my Twitch and what's going on and stuff, and tune in and see me once in a while, then that'd be great. Like I said, the link's in the description below. Please come over and say hi. I would appreciate that immensely. But for those of you that want to know a bit more about my story, here it is. So I started streaming in 2015 on Twitch, and I enjoyed it. I made some good friends and stuff, which I'm still friends with today. Back then, I was streaming stuff like Life is Strange, some Total War stuff, Medieval Total War, that kind of thing, Shogun 2, and loads of other stuff like that as well. And it was great. And then YouTube gaming sort of was founded, I guess. It was like a big thing that streaming's coming to YouTube, and they were going to push it, and it was going to be this amazing thing. And I was all for it. And I started streaming on YouTube then later that year in 2015. The community aspect of it was fantastic. I was a part of this group called the YTG Cabal, which is like it's basically a Twitter group full of lots and lots of streamers and different personalities, and they were talking about different ideas and stuff. And there's a couple people in that group that were sort of in the know, I guess, on the Google and YouTube side of things, and knew what updates were coming and stuff like that. So it was pretty good to be a part of that and get an inside scoop on what's going on and everything. So I grew my channel, and I grew as a streamer, as a content creator, and it was fun. It was lots of fun. I got to finally play and complete many games that I've never played before, such as Mass Effect, you know, and Just Cause 3, and I played War in the North, Lord of the Rings game, which was a terrible game, I gotta be honest with you. And Tomb Raider and loads of other games as well. I really enjoyed it. I think for a good year to maybe 2 years, I was fully into sort of streaming. I was doing it on a very regular basis. I think out of a 7-day period, I was probably streaming a good 5 to 6 days most of the time. I did some streams off my PlayStation as well. You know, I got to play some of the games that were exclusive to console and stuff, like The Last of Us, for example, and it was good fun. It was good fun. Enjoyed it. Great community. And I felt like YouTube was going somewhere. I felt like as a streamer, I felt like YouTube was finally doing something good and positive, because YouTube gets a lot of bad press, but also YouTube does a lot of good things. The fact that I'm able to make this video right now and show you guys, share it with you, is because of YouTube existing, isn't it? So it's certainly got a lot of positives as well as a lot of negatives. So I carried on. I got a job and stuff, because I was sort of in between jobs when I was doing the streaming thing before. I had a bit more flexibility. I got a full-time job, and obviously real life hits home and stuff, and you know, I'm a married man now. Some of you came to the wedding, and it's obviously important for me to put that first. Streaming for me will always be a hobby. You know, if I can make a little bit of money off of YouTube or streaming, that's fantastic. You know, that's like mind-blowing to me. Whenever I have in the past, I've always put it towards, you know, some equipment like a pop filter, or investing in a new chair that I got. I spent 30 quid in this chair. Absolutely amazing. Do you know something, right? It's off topic slightly. If you want a good gaming chair or a good chair to sit on to help your posture and stuff, sometimes you just got to think outside the box. Don't go spending, you know, 100, 200 quid on these massive, big, branded gaming chair. Sometimes a good 30 quid chair like the one I've got is great. And my posture, I feel like my posture is much better sitting in this, and it's not clicking or anything like the other chair that I got, but that chair but was 3 times the price of the one I'm on now. Anyway, back on topic. I reinvest in things that I need and want and stuff, and it's fantastic, and you know, I'm always appreciative of that. But the main reason why I stream is because, one, I obviously enjoy it. You know, you have to be a certain type to be able to put yourself out there, to play games, interact with people. That's really fun. That's what I love about it at its core. Being able to entertain people, hopefully, as well, to speak to people from the other side of the world and have an impact on their day, and they in turn can have an impact on yours. That's kind of what I like about it. And when I was streaming back in those earlier days on YouTube Gaming, my quality was abysmal. You know, I think I could do 480p streams at best. I was having to crop and cut so much off of my OBS bitrate and stuff, audio bitrate, video bitrate, that it wasn't really watchable, to be honest with you. But the fact people turned up for me and watched and had a laugh with me when I played games was amazing. And I built a nice, great community. And, you know, I think back quite fondly of some of the stuff that I used to do back then. And I had I'd say a good between 10 to 15 people who were regulars of my channel. And at best, at times I was able to obtain between 20 and 30 people watching me on some occasions. But, you know, I had a very close-knit core people of 10 to 15 people who stuck around and watched 9 streams out of 10 sort of thing, you know, and they were always there at some point in that stream. It was fantastic, and it was great talking to them, becoming friends with them, getting to know them, talking about different things, not just gaming, but talking about what's going on in their life, how's work with them, you know, things like that. So that was great from that point of view. So I did the whole job thing, you know, got the job, I've got married, and I've got 2 cats, and things have obviously, away outside of YouTube, my personal life and stuff, it's been quite hectic past few years, as the things I've just mentioned, obviously. So I want to try and get back into it. I have streamed on and off since I've moved into this house. I moved into this house last year, about 18 months ago now, actually. So I've done quite a few streams on and off. Every few weeks or so I'll do a stream, but it hasn't been a regular thing. I don't know whether it ever will become a regular thing. Like, you know, it's never going to be a 5-6 day a week sort of thing. But if I can do, you know, one weekend and maybe one weekday, you know, twice a week, something, that'd be great for me. Do you know, that'd be great for me, just to sort of keep my hand in and do the whole streaming thing and have some fun with it. Like I say, my main aspirations for it is to have fun and to have a couple people watch me, and that'd be great. If a couple people can watch me and drop in and drop out and stuff, the very basic sort of thing, then that would be amazing. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. However, in the past couple of years, since I've moved and got better internet and I've got better equipment now, I've upgraded my PC quite a bit. I still need to upgrade my graphics card, but apart from that, everything else is pretty good in my PC. And I'm able to produce really good 1080p quality streams at the moment, which is a far cry from a few years ago when I was struggling to get to 480p. So I'm really happy with that. But it seems like the quality has improved a lot on my end, and I've made sure to make a conscious effort to do that. But in doing so, and it's probably more down to the platform of YouTube, no one's really able to sort of watch me, almost. And I find, as a platform now, YouTube, I'm subscribed to lots of different channels. I watch a lot of Football Manager channels, I watch a lot of Total War channels, I watch lots of different tech channels. I'm subscribed to all of these different genres of channels, okay? I can go months on end without watching a particular channel, and that's not because, you know, I'm an ignorant person who doesn't watch people or whatever for whatever reason. It's because I forget that I'm subscribed, because the way the YouTube app, I guess, and the YouTube algorithm and the way they just keep updating things, it's more down to kind of the homepage and the recommended feed rather than your actual subscriptions, and in turn down to your live feed as well, because of course you subscribe to people who will live stream on YouTube, but very often it's difficult to come across when they're live, when they're streaming. So I find that I had more people watch me on YouTube 5 years ago when I was streaming in 480p, and I would have to say 10, 15, 20 people watching me I don't know how. Even to this day, I don't know how. But I'd have more people back then watch me than 5 years later when I'm a bit more in tune with things. I got much better quality and stuff. And they don't even know I'm live half the time. You know, it's like I'll stream for 2.5 hours, 3 hours straight after really good sort of peak time, I guess you could say, to stream. You know, maybe like a Friday evening or a Saturday afternoon or whatever, where people are generally home and not working or whatever. And I'll be lucky to like get two people in the chat, and one of the people probably my wife, who's downstairs on her tablet moderating the chat. I'm like, where's everyone gone? Like, I used to have so many people watch me, and I get like, you know, it's not like an entitled sort of thing of, oh, I expect people to turn up to my stream and watch it, but I expect from YouTube then to at the very least offer the basic sort of things to push that out there for people. And I feel like the way that YouTube's gone, this is more of a YouTube broad thing as well, because it also affects general kind of uploads and stuff, where I've noticed that people don't even know you upload stuff. I've had people comment on some of my videos recently, and it's like, oh, I didn't know you were still going. And it's like, aren't you subscribed? And then they'll like say like, yeah, I'm subscribed, but it just didn't count my news feed or subscription feed or whatever. And it's like, man, YouTube is really, really messing the system up. And of course, YouTube's gone more ad-based as well. People are more interested in ads and stuff. I clicked on a YouTube channel recently. I'm not going to name the channel, that wouldn't be fair. But I watched one of their videos. They had a half an hour video. I think it was a critique, okay? It was a video game critique. Half an hour video. I think they had like 5 manual ads in that video. So they're the ones that have been placed purposely or automatically put in a certain spot. And you obviously get ad revenue and stuff off it. And they weren't skippable. So to try and keep your attention to watch something that's 30 minutes long and you keep getting interrupted all the time, it's really difficult as a consumer and as a viewer to sort of watch that. And I just hate the fact that it's sort of going that way with ads and stuff. YouTube's become more of a monopoly and it's all about money now more than anything else. And I feel like the genuine content creators are the ones that are getting stuffed and the ones that are just, you know, the ones who sort of started back in my day. Maybe I might have been doing this since 2013. They're not really existing much anymore. If they're still doing it, they're sort of hanging on. I feel like for the streaming stuff on YouTube the last few years, I've sort of been hanging on. I probably should have gone to a different platform probably sooner, but I was just used to YouTube. It was just convenient. Everything was set up and everything. It's just great to just click the thing. Oh, I fancy streaming. Hit 2 buttons. I'm there. I'm just streaming on YouTube because what I've always done is what you know. And I suppose you do have kind of a blind loyalty to certain things when you've had some success. When I was on YouTube, I mentioned I made some friends and I had a pretty good core group of stuff of people watching me. I was also in that first few waves of having the join button. Most YouTubers struggle, new YouTubers struggle to get the join button and stuff. I've got that on my channel. That's amazing. I've had great support from people in the past. That was, I remember being part of like the Twitter groups and stuff where they were talking about the join button at the time. And it's been rolled out soon. You streamers will be the first lot to get it or whatever, because it's come out to the UK now. It's come to Europe now and stuff like that. And it's like, woohoo, great! It's just great. You felt like you were part of a team. One of the terms that was thrown around quite a lot back then was the hashtag YTGFam. The YouTube gaming family was absolutely amazing in its kind of peak around sort of 3, 4, 5 years ago. They had the YouTube gaming app. You had a separate page that you would use just for the streaming. People would get insane kind of growth and stuff from streaming, and it was really cool. You'd see streamers who would start off, literally just starting, and within a few months you'd see them actually, become fairly successful in their own right, and gain a little bit of a following and a bit of like a cult following, and become really good friends with people on this platform. It was fantastic. It was so much support there, so much love and affection towards different channels. And that kind of went by the wayside, I think, bit by bit. Not because of you just stopped caring about these channels, but you almost forget those channels were still streaming on YouTube, because the whole way this YouTube set up was like, oh, I forgot I'm subscribed to that person. Well, I didn't even know they were still streaming or whatever. Or since then, many of those streamers left anyway. That many of them went to Beam when that was a thing. Then that Beam became Mixer. Then Mixer, a few months ago, went and it became Facebook Gaming. And then people went to Twitch as well, and on any other platforms that sort of exist out there. So I'd been thinking for a while about this. My friend Jackosaurus, he's a streamer on Twitch, was a streamer who was part of that YouTube gaming community back a few years ago. He's been doing Twitch for about a year or so now. He's been doing really well on it. He only ever has good things to say about it. My other good friend, Lord Rexasaur, another one who I've met on YouTube, who came to my wedding. I was talking to him on our podcast the other day, our Tactical Difficulties podcast about streaming, and he said that he's going to probably be giving up on the YouTube Let's Play side of things soon, and he will just focus on streaming, but he's going to stream on Twitch. So I didn't ask him at the time, but I asked him in the chat later on when we were like texting. I was like, "Oh, what did you mean by that?" Like, and he basically said Twitch is in his opinion, a far superior platform. It's actually there for the gamers. You know, it's not like YouTube where the streaming's been tacked on at the end sort of thing, but YouTube is always about the videos. You know, and it's not like these other sites that start out, "Oh yes, we're starting our own streaming site." It's like, no, Twitch has been there from the start, kind of for the streaming activity, streaming side of things, and it's been built around that and for the creators and stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. So the other day I did a stream on Facebook gaming because I thought, right, I need to sort of look at other options. I don't want to look at the Twitch option straight away. I want to look at something else first because everybody sort of does Twitch. So I tried a Facebook gaming stream, and it was weird. It was really weird. Setting it up in the first place was a bit tricky. The interface, I got used to it in the end, but it took me a while to kind of work out what's going where. I clicked the stream button straight away and nothing was happening. I then had to go back, restart it, and set up an event, and then it eventually worked. I had a couple people watch me. One of them was my wife, who was watching downstairs. I couldn't even add her as a moderator, even though she likes my Facebook page, which is bizarre. And she's also a page admin as well. I made her a page admin, but I couldn't add her as a moderator, which is really infuriating. And the biggest thing which I didn't like about Facebook gaming was the fact that the people who are in your chat, they're on their own personal pages, not like it wasn't anonymous. No, there's no anonymity. I can't say that word. It was none of that's there at all. You know, which I think, you know, if you've got a couple of friends watching you, it's not a big deal. But if you've got, say, you know, quite a few people watching you, you know, people can find your profiles and stuff, and I don't know. I didn't really, it didn't sit well with me. And I was talking to my friend Tom, who happened to be in the chat, and my wife afterwards. And they both agreed that, yeah, they didn't like that feature. They thought the stream was fine, quality was good and everything, but just that kind of side of things they didn't like. So I thought, right, okay, Facebook's kind of on the shelf for now. Let's try Twitch. So I went back after 5 years or so of using my Twitch last time that I used it, I guess, and I set some stuff up on there. I did a stream last night, and it was a really good stream. I had a good 5 or 6 people watching me, which is about, I'd say, triple what I've had recently in the past few months on YouTube, which is bizarre. It's like first time I was on Twitch doing a stream, and I was like, oh, people are watching me. Wow, what's happened here? And I had a couple of new people follow me in the stream, but I ended up getting that old feeling back from like 5 years ago, where I'm like, this could be a pretty cool community. This could be a way forward for me to you know, do the odd stream here and there. And I ended up getting, I think 9 people was my, I caught my hand on the dicks, 9 people were watching me by the end of it. And it's not about the figures, to just make that plain and clear now. That's not my main motivation. But if you're going to put effort into something, you want to see at least some kind of growth. Or so, you know, if I was just streaming constantly, day in, day out for a few months, and not one person came into my chat and stuff, I'd be quite demoralised and stuff. That's how I've been feeling on YouTube. When you've got, you know, 8,000 subscribers, you have the channel for 7 years, you've had the streaming side of things on the channel for 5 years, you've had a community that you know is there and exists, but they're not even aware you're streaming half the time. That's demoralising. But I go to Twitch, and you know, within half an hour of me starting my stream, I've got like 5 people there. One of them found the stream from a tweet I did. A couple of people just joined because they just saw I was on Twitch. I was like, oh, because they'd followed me from previously. I gained a couple of new followers on there while I was doing it. I'm like, wow, this is insane. People are actually finding this. That's like the main thing for me. People actually finding the stream on YouTube. I didn't even feel like people knew I was streaming half the time. So I had a really positive experience. I think my dopamine levels like spiked when I was doing it. I'm like, wow, this is insane. So I enjoyed it. I'm going to do some more stuff on the Twitch side of things. I'm probably going to fiddle around a little bit with my like stream setup, I guess, the overlays and stuff like that. I'm going to spend some time getting that sorted out. But in this video, I just want to let you know, like, this has been basically my journey on streaming and how I've come to this point after trying out different platforms and stuff. I would really appreciate it if you could hop on over to my Twitch, which is linked below, and check out the page, I guess, and tune in. If I'm streaming once in a while, just pop in, say hi. That'd be amazing, and we'll just sort of go from there. Then I'm just, let's have some fun together. That's what it's about at the end of the day, isn't it? Let's have some fun together. And it's not about, it's not about making money. It's not about being super uber successful and getting partnerships and stuff. I mean, yeah, sure, if someone wants to throw a partnership up my way, I'm not going to say no, am I? But at the same time, my main motivation is having a couple of people in the chat, having a laugh with them, having some fun, and watching me play video games really badly while my cats attack me and walk over my keyboard, like what happened yesterday. Okay, but anyway guys, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you have a great day, and like I said, please tune in to my Twitch and you'll see me on a Twitch stream very soon. I've been Dragonheart, bye for now.